Hi everyone, I'm just moving on from our popcorn tutorial that we started last week. So we have done steps 1, 2 and most of 3. Okay, so we had our rectangular shapes and then we turned them into special effects using the arch tool. Okay, once we have this done, we need to expand the appearance, so we turn them into solid shapes. So you'll select your shapes and you'll go to Object, Expand Appearance. You may have done this at the end of class last week. Okay, and that has turned them into shapes. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to take the arch out of the bottom of the shapes. Okay, now your tutorial tells you to use the corner anchor point smoothing tool, but that doesn't usually work for me, so I prefer to do it by hand. Okay, now you can do it if you wish. You can see it's on the last part of step 3 and it's the final diagram, so you can do that if you wish, but I prefer it. It's very finicky and it doesn't work well for me, so I prefer to actually use my white arrow, select the objects. So by the objects I mean the points. So I've pulled and dragged, and then select each one at a time and literally drag down with your white arrow. Okay, now you mightn't realize that here, but you're only bringing the line. It's funny, it separates the line from the fill, so you need to bring down both aspects. So drag it down, select this, drag it down. Okay, same here, drag it down, same here. See, it only for the grid is on, you probably wouldn't realize that you're not bringing the white part with you. It might even help to temporarily change the white part. Remember, when you're selecting the black line, click on the actual line, because otherwise it will not select it. Okay, so you can see what we're doing here. So we're clicking once till we get these little anchor points. We're dragging them down and click once and drag down. Okay, and we're doing the same here. So we'll go right in, click, drag. That one didn't. Yeah, that one's better. Actually, it seems to have brought this one down without. Oh yeah, that one. So you don't even see it because it's so small. So I want to make sure that I'm bringing the fill along with the stroke. Okay, so okay, as I said, maybe it's a case of you changing this to a different color just so you can see what you're doing, like so. I'm going to do that again over here, doesn't matter what color. Click, just watch exactly what my mouse is doing before you do it yourself, or try it, pause it, come back to the video. Okay, so click. You always have to click on that point and drag it down. Okay, so that's those shapes. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to change these two to white fill. Okay, oh, what's just happened there? Why is it doing that on me? Never a dull moment. Just going to move that out here for a second. I'm going to ungroup. Yes, for some reason it seems to have been pulling those together and doing something terrible, so I just need to ungroup that because they're two separate shapes. Okay, so this is what we have here. So we're on to step 4. Okay, you're going to group the fat shapes, Control G. You're going to group the thin shapes, Control G. Fat shapes, select, and we're going to add the arc effect. So we're going to go to Effect, Warp, Arc. So the last time we used arch, this time we use an arc. Okay, and you kind of want to have it as horizontal, your bend at 0, the horizontal distortion of about 20 on this one here, the fat one, and 0 here. Okay, and if we go to the right side, we'll go to Effect, Warp, Arc again. Okay, and this time it's going to be minus 20. Okay, so you're going to end up with that. Okay, so this is kind of the beginning of our popcorn box. And then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to select both aspects, we'll say. Control G to group. Okay, and we're going to apply a bulge. So Effect, Warp, Bulge. Okay, so if we look at our settings on the bulge, we want a vertical bulge. We want it at minus 10%, distortion 0, and vertical minus 15. This is all in your notes, and turn on and off your preview. So you see what you've got here? You've got a shape like so. And then to change this from a shape like this into, you know, a kind of from a special effect to a shape, we expand appearance. So Object, Expand Appearance. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next step. I think that's enough for you to do for the moment. I'm going to move on to the next step next week or on Thursday. Thank you.